So, have you ever stopped to wonder what's really holding a strong relationship together? You know, the invisible stuff. Well, today we're diving into Sean Rouse's The Unwritten Syllabus to find the hidden blueprints.
Think about it. We've all seen this happen, right? A friendship, a partnership, even a team at work feels totally solid until things get tough. Then all of a sudden, you start to see these cracks appear. What is going on there? Well, here's the big surprise. It's not really about our feelings. Feelings come and go. They're unpredictable. The real strength, the thing that holds it all together, is built on something way more concrete, our actions. It's all about behavior.
Okay, to really get a handle on this, let's use a powerful metaphor. Picture the people in a relationship as individual bricks. So, what's the actual glue holding those bricks together when life starts to pile on the pressure? The Source has this brilliant term for it: relational mortar. We're not talking about love or some abstract idea of compatibility. We're talking about the small, consistent, observable things we do that make another person feel safe with us. It's the stuff that lets a relationship actually bear some weight.
Now, this mortar isn't just one thing. It's actually made of these 6 core behaviors. And yeah, they all work together, but today we're really going to zero in on reliability. Why? Because it's kind of the one that supports all the others. You can't have real trust without it, right? And honesty doesn't mean much if it isn't backed up by reliable action.
And that brings us right to the heart of it: the predictability bond. At its core, reliability is what creates that feeling of predictable safety. Our brains are literally wired to look for patterns, to seek certainty. So when someone in our life is reliable, they are sending a direct signal to our nervous system that says, hey, you can relax, you are safe here.
So when you boil it all down, reliability answers one very simple but totally profound question. Can I count on you to do what you say you will do? It's the bridge, the absolute bridge between our words and our actions.
And this slide just lays it out so clearly, doesn't it? On the left, you've got good intentions. We all have those. I meant to, I was going to. But look at the right. That's the follow-through. That's the actual material, the mortar, that builds a strong relationship. Let's make this super real with a story from the Source. So you've got Rachel and Tom. They loved each other, no doubt about it. But Tom's reliability had started to slip. Little promises, picking up the kids, handling dinner. They were constantly being forgotten. Now, these weren't huge betrayals, but each one was like a tiny crack in the foundation, and that's how resentment slowly seeped in. And this is what's so powerful about a behavioral fix. Look at what they did. No huge emotional drama, just a simple, predictable rule. By starting to treat his words like actual commitments, Tom rebuilt that predictability bond. And the amazing part? The resentment? It just faded away on its own. And that's because reliability isn't built on grand gestures. It's forged in these little micro-behaviors. It's the small, consistent, and yeah, sometimes inconvenient actions that create a real backbone of dependability. It's what lets the other person finally relax and feel secure. Okay, so how can you spot these cracks before they turn into major fractures? How do you actually diagnose the health of the mortar in your own relationships? This diagnostic tool is incredibly useful. It links these common symptoms to the specific bond that's breaking down. Just look at the table here. See that row in the middle? A pattern of missed commitments or always being late? That's like a big blinking red light telling you the reliability bond is getting weak. And this is probably the most important thing to remember here. Seeing these cracks is not a death sentence for the relationship. Not at all. It's just a call to action. It's a sign that says, hey, this part of the foundation needs a little reinforcement. So how do we actually go about fixing these cracks? Let's get into the practical blueprint for reinforcing the structure of our relationships. Now, the core principle is simple, but it is so powerful. You don't try to fix the feeling of distance directly. You can't, really. Instead, you repair the underlying behaviors that caused that distance in the first place, and the feeling of closeness just comes back. It's a natural result of having a solid structure. So rebuilding always starts with concrete actions, and when it comes to reliability, it's about starting small. Make small commitments, and then just follow through consistently. You're not making huge promises. You're just laying one dependable brick at a time, proving that your words have weight.
All right. So after all this work on respect and honesty, and especially on reliability, what's the big payoff? What's the ultimate result? What is it that we're actually building here?
The ultimate result is trust. But here's the key insight. Trust isn't something you do. It's not on that list of behaviors, is it? That's because trust is the result. It's that feeling of safety that just shows up totally organically when the underlying structure, the mortar, is solid, consistent, and reliable.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. In your own important relationships, are you focused on the emotional paint on the walls, or are you actively inspecting and maintaining the structural mortar underneath? Because that's what's going to determine if what you're building is truly made to last.